Jessie, congratulations on Canada making the Olympics this year in Tokyo. First of all, your initial feeling after today's game, what do you think was a success of finally getting that goal, and how hard was it to break down Costa Rica's low block?
I mean, it was obviously hard to break them down. I think we were excited to get the go-ahead goal. But yeah, I mean, they put up a good fight defensively and definitely made it a physical match, so definitely happy to come away with the win.
Yeah, so we saw in the match it was really chippy, and near the end of the match, Coach Kenneth took you off. What were the words you said both to yourself to stay patient during the course of the match and to Jan Rose as she came on and helped get that game-winning assist?
I mean, I think Dan was what we needed at that time. I mean, she's super explosive, she's very fast, and she was able to get in great crossing areas, so I was just excited for her to come in. She's been playing really well, so yeah, I mean, I just wished her the best on the field. I think she did really well.
And how do you feel just finally coming here to essentially your stomping grounds in Southern California to play in front of what was essentially a home crowd and get the win? What does it feel like to do that in an arena where you've played before?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. Just seeing some of my friends and my mom up in the stands, so it's always nice seeing familiar faces in the crowd.
And last thing, I know, knowing you, that you're not going to be taking this lying down. You're going to be looking forward to that game on Sunday, looking for a win. What's your mentality going to that game against the U.S.? It's not for a trophy or anything like that, but that rivalry is so intense. What does that mean for you to be playing against the U.S. on Sunday?
I think we're just excited. I mean, obviously they're a fantastic team. They're the team to beat right now, so I think it'll be a great game, and I think they challenge us more than most other teams in the world, so I think it brings out the best in our play, and we're just excited to put up a fight.
Congratulations, Rebecca. You've already made history. You guys made it for the last you already got that. You got that. I feel like you need sort of clearly you're a great team.
I mean, of course, you know, every team heading there wants to win it. And I think I'm just going to put this on the end of the chance to make the World Cup. Yes, there's 6 or 8 teams that are capable of winning this major tournament. We put ourselves in there. But we have to get there first. So we're going to enjoy this tonight.
I don't mean this may sound harsh, I don't mean it to, but you guys have been so fantastic in the Olympics. I think back to that game in Manchester a few years ago. That was such a great game. You've done so well in the Olympics, but the same teams in the World Cup, you seem to struggle a bit. Is there something about?
No, I think no. I mean, I think when you look at that bulk of the game, like I said, there's 6 to 8 teams that are capable of winning any of these tournaments. Obviously, we've been on the podium the past couple of Olympics. World Cups haven't gone our way, but you know, when you look at the board, they finished out of the medals last Olympics. I mean,
With all the things you've accomplished individually, what would it mean if you were to finish the year without that big team goal?
yeah, I mean, that's what I focus on. I think we've achieved great things as a national team.
Sophie?
We'll see what happens.
One more question. You talked in a conference call about the opportunities coming up that they weren't what they are now. I know you were a great baseball player. I think you were a volleyball or basketball player. You were an all-star on a boys team. That's pretty good. Obviously, you made the right choice. I think you would agree. But there are more opportunities now. That's kind of part of what you have accomplished in your career, creating those opportunities, right? I mean, do you take some pride in the fact that?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us, you know, is part of the reason why we play. I think back to London, our team motto was to inspire a generation. That's still the case. You know, when I was growing up, there wasn't a national team and those types of players to look up to. And if there were, they weren't on TV like they are today. Just to be a part of that change is pretty special.
You still follow baseball?
Not as much as I used to, but yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Captain, just talk a little bit about how that game was tactically. I mean, it was a really long and drawn-out game.
Yeah.
What did you tell your players at halftime to sort of get over that really low block of Costa Rica? How do you help break them down?
Our coach just said, you know, stick to our processes. Sooner or later, a chance would come our way. I mean, we dominated the entire game. They were frustrating us, you know, with the injuries and things like that. And I think in the first half it started to creep in, and we were starting to get frustrated. Super proud of our performance in the second half. We just stuck to our principles, and we got that chance, and yeah, just proud of the team.
I asked Jessie Fleming the same question. I know, knowing you guys, you're not going to take this lying down, and that even if there's no trophy on the line this Sunday, you're going to be going in there looking for a win, especially against a big rival like the U.S. What's your mentality going through that game?
Oh, well, see who wins this game first.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, it's a tournament. Any tournament you enter, you want to win. I think it's nice to have the stress of the semifinal over, and we can just go play. We'll see who wins this one.
And finally, what were your thoughts on the performance of Deanne Rose, who just came in there and essentially changed that game, got the game-winning assist?
She's a game changer. I don't think there's anyone in this game that can keep up with her pace. And when she came on, she had one goal, and that was to take her full back on 1v1. She knew she couldn't keep up with her, and then she delivered a perfect cross to Jordy. We have some very talented players on our bench, and Deanne obviously, made a huge impact.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. We'll start right here.
Hi, Kenneth. Congratulations on qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics. In regards to the game plan, what was the game plan out there, and how much did Deanne Rose change what the team was doing when she come on?
Well, the game plan was definitely to see if we can go either in to out or out to in around the wide forward. They sat very, very deep. We didn't get the room we actually looked for between the two lines. When we got it in there, we didn't have space enough to actually turn on the pass, and there was a little bit too slow, so the centre back was stepping onto us. And then we needed someone to break a line, and maybe there isn't anyone better than Deanne Rose to make sure that we do break a line. So when she came on, the game was a little bit more stretched. We had room to play in behind. We got her in behind a few times, and then all of a sudden we also found some of these players turning on the inside. So she definitely had a significant impact on the result at the end.
Coach, two questions if I may. You've outscored teams 23-0 in this tournament. You're playing really well, and I'm wondering about your confidence going into Sunday against, which we assume might be the US, maybe Mexico. But then beyond that, you have qualified for Tokyo. You finished third in Canada did in the last two Olympics. Is it time to take that next step? You know what I mean? Now that you've secured your spot as a podium finisher, is it time to take that next step? Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I think we are. I think that's what the team are looking for right now. Like ever since we came out of the World Cup, we've been setting new goals, and we definitely looked a little bit beyond the qualifying because we want to be like the podium again. I do think that we got the team for it. I think our performance in this tournament has been kind of consistent. There's something about the performance today where you go, but you can tell that the players definitely brought some nerves on the pitch. But I think at the end of the day, it's a short tournament this summer. I think we can, when we play anyone in the world, we've got the chance to win, and that's how good the team is. But we also know the small things can have a big impact. So it's making sure that we're ready for taking care of the small things and continue the path we're on.
Thank you.
Coach, definitely a really chippy game out there, and I think you guys had a little bit of trouble breaking it down, especially in that first half. What did you tell the players to change that mentality going into the locker room, and especially considering this is such a young Canadian team?
Well, we talked about our structure and our formation. We want to keep it for 15 minutes more to see if we can find. We started to look for an earlier cross when our wide centre backs took took the ball up, because there were so many players across the pitch, and there was definitely room for a chip in back shoulder opposite side centre back. But we couldn't find it. We couldn't get it in. We couldn't get it over. We didn't have the players there. So we took the consequence from the bench and said we need to find a way to get into another structure. And as I said, getting other kind of players with different skill set on the pitch. And like Deanne, the first match she played here, she was on fire. And I think she definitely lit the fire again today when she entered the pitch.
Sunday's game is virtually meaningless. The assumption is that it's going to be the U.S. It would be very surprising if it weren't. Going into that game, what kind of approach do you take? What does it mean to play that game against the U.S. with the rivalry, even if it doesn't mean something?
Well, I'm Danish, right? And I've heard it's a little bit about when Denmark meeting Germany, and that's exciting. So I'm looking forward to the match. I've lived in Canada now for 3 years, so I'm half Canadian for sure, and I'm looking forward to play. You say it's gonna be US, like they're definitely favorites out there. Mexico try to make some trouble for them, but I'm looking forward to be a part of that rivalry. And we're definitely not finishing this tournament, no matter that this is a qualifying tournament, it also with a final. And every time you win a final, you go for the win.
Next question.